up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. Right now you're checking out LinealBoxing TV with Verdict.
Steve Bird, LinealBoxing TV with Matt Gorton.
Hello Stevie.
How you doing, mate?
I'm alright, mate.
Frimley Boxing Club?
Yes.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. When was the last time we spoke?
Probably about 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
6, 7 months ago.
Yeah, I think a few things have happened since then. Obviously we had Aaron, which was supposed to be on the Ultimate Boxer. Supposed to be last Friday. I think he's won once or twice since then as well. Second was full, boxed up at Yorkshire and got robbed. But we're looking at getting him out sort of end of the year. We're letting Aaron's rib heal. He nicked a little rib injury. And we're just looking at signing another young lad that's just coming through the ABA. So yeah, you know, pottering along and it's going well.
Let me quickly start though. You've just done an ultra marathon.
Well, Iron Man.
Iron Man.
I don't want to go on about it. We want to use the word Iron Man. Come on, Stevie, mate. Come on. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Just explain to people what an Iron Man is.
Stupidity. I suppose it's the world's hardest endurance event, really. It was up in Bolton in July. It's a 2.5 mile swim. It is a 112 bike ride, and it's a marathon at the end, 26.2 miles. You've got to do that within certain times, and it's got to be obviously done in the same day. It took me 15 hours to do it. Yeah.
That is a savage event.
Yeah. I was interested because I was just, as I can be a bit weird about things, I was just interested to see really how far you could take the human mind, really. And you know, it definitely takes you as far as you can go after sort of 5-6 hours. It's just a mental battle, really. You can't really prepare yourself physically for that thing. It's just your mind against yourself, really.
What point did you hit the wall in that?
4 hours into the cycle, I suppose. Up at Bolton, it's a lake swim, which is okay, you know.
So how long's the swim?
The swim's 2.5 miles. It took me, I think, about 1 hour and 20 to do the swim. And that was quite an experience because typical me, I'd done no half Ironmans or anything. I just went straight for it. And people had said to me, "You've got to be careful in the lake." I went, "Yeah, right." And it's just literally a good old punch up in the lake, really. You know, people are swimming over you, going over people. It's just madness. So yeah, I got past that, and then you get on the bike. Had a couple of malfunctions on the bike headlight. I got it serviced the week before, and the gears had broke, mate. I couldn't believe it. I had 3 gears to do that bloody cycle, Stevie. Oh. And that was just as I came out the lake. But I did it. I ploughed on and I ploughed on and I ploughed on. And that took me, all in all, I think you got 10.5 hours to do both the bike and the cycle. And it took me, I don't know, 9.5 hours or 10 hours or something. I did it anyway. And then you get through your transition, then you're on the run, and it's around Bolton Town Centre. It's like you're just digging into what you can find. And yeah, I finished it. It was 7 months of hard graft, and I'd like to say it's an amazing feeling at the end, but you're so exhausted, you don't know really whether you're coming or going, mate. Man, give it 2 or 3 days when you start to sober up, you know, you start to think, yeah, pleased I've done that, and you know, you learn quite a lot about yourself as well, which I like to learn to pass on. So there we go.
You literally push yourself to the limit, don't you, in those events? That's
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously I don't fight or box anymore, and it's similar to boxing in regards to there's no one else to help you. It's just you against the event, really. Like, so I mean, I think I might be wrong. I think there was 2,200 started and 1,350 finished. It was the biggest DNFs, which is did not finishes in history, I believe. And that was due to a new bike course. They'd put in there this year, and I always learn. I saw lads maybe in their sort of late 20s look the part and all the rest of it just in bits by the side of the road, whether it's blood sugars or they just can't do it. And people, you know, a bit tubby, a bit older than me, you know, and all the rest of it just not giving up. It really sort of finds out the human spirit, mate.
Yeah. You've done like 15,000 calories a day, didn't you?
Yeah, on the day I think it was. I mean, my heart rate would have been up probably above 80-85%, so I would have said I'd be doing 1,000 calories an hour. And yeah, probably 16,000 calories in that day, which is good, because again, before you do it, you plan the transitions of protein bars and all supplements. Your time you get there, you can't get anything in you, so it's just literally lived on like isotonic drinks, on water, and you go for like, the day before you go for like a sort of big meeting to sort of brief it. And I was fortunate enough, I was lucky enough to next to a couple of cyclists that had done a lot of halves and stuff, and I was like, look, what's the crack with nutrition? And they said, what you got? So they got like jelly babies and protein bars. He said, you need salt supplements. And without that little intervening, I'd have struggled. So I went and got some salt supplements, sort of pumped them every couple of hours, and that managed to keep the cramp away.
Just to top you up,
the potassium, that with the water, just kept me going to the end. And yeah, it's, it was a crazy day really, and something I'll always remember, mate. Yeah.
Congrats, mate. Not many people have done that.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I was pleased to get that in the bag, mate, and never again, never again, mate. Yeah.
That's proper mind over matter, isn't it?
It's just, like I said to you, you can't. Of course, you can train for. You believe you're training for that, but after 5, 6, 7 hours, mate, of a high intensity exercise, you're racing people, your body's saying what you do. It's just your mind. If your either mind can take over something or it can't take over something. It's just mind over matter, mate. That's it.
Let's quickly go on then, talking about Aaron Collins.
Yeah, okay.
He nicked his rib, didn't he? So
yeah, he'd had a couple of real good sparring sessions just leading up to the Ultimate Box, like really good. Something bits I'd never seen before. He was listening and all the rest of it, and then he caught a I think it was boxing southpaw lad. I think it was a backhand round the side that caught him. I could see him wince, but he's a good kid. He'll never he'll never really show any weakness. And then he got in a few days later. And caught his rib again, and he's just like, I've never seen anything like it. I've never even seen it. I don't think he's ever been down, Aaron. And that buckled him, mate.
Yeah.
Right just above the floater. He went and got checked out, and I think it was the I forget the name of the muscle groups in between the ribs and the nick at the top of it. And that's
just rest, isn't it? Then,
mate, his first round he was going to be boxing the lad Stephen Donnelly. He's class, mate.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put him there 150% fit, not 60% fit.
Yeah.
And you, as a coach, half your job's great coaching people, and when you're winning, the other half is keeping an eye out for these young men. And I decided he would have boxed him 100% even with an injury, mate. But it was my decision to pull him. So
but like you said, a lad like that, you've got to be 100%, haven't you? He was a class lad, wasn't he?
Class, mate. I mean, with respect, I don't even know what he was doing in the tournament.
Yeah.
He
was level above, wasn't he?
He was level above, mate. I mean, he picked up 2 Commonwealth medals. He was an Olympian, and I believe the only reason he lost that is because he was like boxing lad that won the tournament, if I remember. Yeah. But he'd gone on and won 4, 5 or 6 bouts in the Super Series in between the amateurs and the pros, which, if you know your boxing, is class, mate. That's high level standard of boxing, and I don't know what he was doing in the tournament. I mean, great night's work for him and all the rest of it, but he was definitely a step above all the other lads in it. Yeah.
It's a good tournament as well, isn't it? But like you said, you've got to go into that because it's such an intense sort of time frame. You've got to go in 100%.
100% fit. I mean, that's it. The boys go in 100% fit, or they don't go in at all with me. You know what I'm like.
Yeah.
And it was the right decision to have made. There's some good bouts in it. There were some good competitive bouts in it. I think pretty much we went to watch it, and I'd say like every bout that was in there was a good, hard, competitive bout. But that Stephen Donnelly, he was a different class. He'll go on to do well, he will.
He was a tournament favourite, wasn't he? High tournament.
High tournament favourite, and they don't get it wrong, mate.
No.
And good luck to him. He'll go on to do well, he will.
Yeah. So you touched on Sam Horsfield.
Yeah, Sammy. Sam's the sort of lad, if he never boxes again, I'll just want him in the gym.
Yeah.
Because the way he lives his life, he's a good role model to everyone else. He's always clean living, focused and all the rest of it, and he got robbed on his last fight, Stevie. He got robbed, and the pro game, and I won't go into the finances and the other side of the sport, but mate, it was just a kick in the nachos, every way possible in that fight, and he just finished it, and he still had a smile on his face because he just loves the art of boxing. He just loves boxing, but I think he's had a bit of time away from the actual competitive side of it. He'd still be sparring. I mean, he's great down here for mine, and also the CEO boys to spar with, and he's been still training hard. Do you know what? He's fitter than all the others, even though they're boxing. Honestly, he lives so clean, and that's really showing now. But I'll hopefully get him out before the end of the year, just get him back on track, really, because he is the most frustrating boxer I've ever had. You put him in the gym in a sparring environment, class, mate, absolute class. And on the night, he's okay. Sam's okay. He's okay, but there's always gears in there with him, mate. And he needs to start out and finding them, really. But I believe he will.
It must be so shows like that you're cool as well when you don't get a rubber green. You're one of these guys. You'll tell it exactly how it is. Yeah. And if he loses comfortably, you're the first to admit, aren't you?
Of course I am. Yeah.
It's savage, isn't it? I've seen so many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe the decision went the other way. Sam hit the other lad with the knuckle part of his glove more than he hit him. I don't know what else to say. The other lad was very strong and very game, and and what have you. But yeah, the decision went the other way. So just get on with it now.
How did he take it? All right though.
Yeah, it's too well. To be honest with you. I think I was more stressed out than he was. Yeah, he took it perfectly. He was back in the gym the week after just training. But Sam's a sort of lad though, and he does it because he purely loves the art of boxing, you know, and no one else will have him. His missus phoned me up and said, just get him back down that gym for God's sakes.
Get him out the house.
Get him out the house, yeah.
So when's Aaron back out again then?
Good shout, mate. I think he's had about 3 weeks off training now. I think you've got to get him back in the gym Monday and just build him up nice and slowly. I'd like to get him out before the end of the year. It'll be his 7th or 8th spar. He needs to start having a couple of more tests now, Steve. You know, I think he's 6 or 7-0. And he's earned those wins and all the rest of it, but he's got to start mixing up a little bit now, so that's what we'll be looking for next. Either someone with a very similar record to just see where it is.
Just a real good test.
A real good test, and it will suit him as well. As a fighter will come onto him, you'll see the best of Aaron by a long, long way, mate. People haven't really seen him. I'm seeing him getting stronger and fitter and all the time, and here improving. And there's other sort of really good local pros that will know that as well. So yeah, just keep him learning, keep him fit, and you know, when we get.
He's been sparring Luther Clay, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done quite a few rounds with Luther. He hasn't sparred him for a few months, but yeah, he's a good lad, Luther.
Do you watch him?
I've seen the highlights. He done well, didn't he?
Really did.
I think a lot of people were pleased for him, you know, because it's just nice to see a local lad that he can be done. And he boxed well, mate. You know, his combination punching was really good. And he came with seemed like an extra air of confidence. So he seemed a bit more happy. You know, he seems like he's got more confidence, and it without a doubt showed on the night. And yeah, what a great thing to go over into Italy and nick that belt in the backyard. Yeah, it was all well pleased for him. Well pleased.
And do you know what? You know your boxing. You can see that performance 100 times.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, it's a platform, isn't it? That's why you put your lads on the Ultimate Boxer. It's the platform more than.
You got to do it.
And what a good show! Like he was in front of Eddie Hearn.
Oh no, it's class, mate. It's
on
class.
The show.
It's like. I think everyone will get an opportunity, but you've got to grab that opportunity.
Yeah.
It's no good having that opportunity. I'll use it next time. I'll use it next time. No. You've literally got to grab it, and he has, hasn't he? So it'll be interesting to see where he goes next. Really, whether he's there's some good lads in his weight domestically, or you know, he's the fella Al Siesta looks after him. You know, he's a wise old dog, so he'll have a good route planned out for him. He'll make sure he goes in the right direction. But yeah, he's definitely improved. Definitely improved.
Really good show out there as well. I went out there, watched all this. Yeah, really good. Sam Matt Gorton had a brilliant performance out there as well.
How did he do?
Stopped the lad in the second.
Oh well, there you go.
Completely shut.
He's a fighter that's sort of gone up and come down. Is he on his way back up?
I think
he's another. Everyone loves him as well. He's another one, isn't he?
He's just always in a scrap.
He just loves a punch up, and he's another one that just. He looks like he just loves it, you know. So I'm glad to see him get him winning the track as well, you know. But the Italians love the British more than the Second World War now, don't they? We've gone and beat them in their backyard. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
They're going to have to stop them shows. They keep going out there and knocking everyone out.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right, mate.
So have you got anyone else out? You've got a fight this weekend, haven't you?
This weekend, I haven't got anything this weekend. Next week, I've got a couple of my junior amateurs. They're with the London Alliance.
Okay.
They're boxing over Dagenham. They've got a show over there, so the younger lads are starting to come through now, which is good. And of course, they're around the older boys. It's this thing I've always wanted to do, really, is build a structure. Yeah. And it's starting to work now. It's
a lot of hard work.
When I went out on my own and stuff like that, it was a lot of graft. I've had to stick to my morals, you know, and just done things the hard way. But it is starting to work now. So I've got the 2 pros. I've got 5-6 lads behind them that are class, but it's what to do with them, those things. Yeah. They're flying all cylinders in the gym. What competition's here from? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to talk about different standards of boxing, but like what, you know, it's, I know CEO Charlie down here, he's got a couple of boys that he's turned over pro for the simple fact of like one lad's like won the ABA sort of 3 times and had 3 fights or something. It's what to do with them, you know. So and then underneath I've got this sort of the younger lads coming through, which I've got 2 real good skilled lads, and one lad that's particularly is doing really well. So yeah, the structure's working, mate. It's starting to come through, and it's all those hours that you put into the gym, not just sort of in the gym but out the gym as well. When that starts to happen, you know, it's worthwhile doing, Stevie, you know. Listen,
there's a lot of work goes on behind the scene that nobody sees, is it?
You're a trainer, that's the easy bit, because you're a coach, that's the bit. You're like a therapist, a mum, I'd like to say a dad, but these lads, you're not even a dad, they just need cuddles and like, life's going to be all right, don't worry, you're going to be all right. So I'll say therapist and trainer now is the main one. But we have just signed a young lad as well, who's just started out. I won't say his name, and I'll let him do it himself, but he's shown a bit of potential. I think he'll be quite looking forward to working with him. You know, he's been coming up, he's been sparring and all the rest of it. And yeah, he's going to be quite interesting to work with. Yeah. You know, he's something else that adds to the flavour when they're sparring. The sparring I have in my gym or my team's better than I get elsewhere. No, don't mean that disrespect. Of course, there's better boxers. Yeah. But I've got 5 or 6 of a welterweight, a light middleweight, and I've got 5 or 6 of a light heavyweight, of a super middleweight. Like, it's classy sparring down here, which is great on the doorstep, because that's the key trying to get that. You know, that's the key trying to get sparring, and I have it here, which is blinding. And it's not only the sparring, it's just getting the group of lads knowing when to go, when not to go. Yeah. You don't want to be knocking each other's head off every, do you know what I mean? Exactly, and they build that bit of respect, and it goes to show it works, because when they are going to other gyms, they are sparring better professionals. They're improving, so something's working. Yeah. Something's working, but again, it's just a case of sticking to your own belief, having a bit of self-confidence in yourself, and just keep moving forward on your own, really, because that's just the way it is, mate. You know. Yeah. Let's talk about current boxing. Yeah. We're talking about Anthony Yard, weren't we? Yeah. Done all right, didn't he? Oh, that's good. I think everyone was. He almost had him. He really did. He really did, though, didn't he, in that round 8? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that Kovalev's not the same fighter he was, though, is he? No. How many gears? 3 gears instead of 5 now? Yeah, he won it on the jab, really, didn't he? But if you look at him, he's won on long distance and sort of, you know, he won with quite an easy punch at the end. Yeah. His Yard was obviously exhausted, and he did so well in that round 8, didn't he? I never hear a bad word said against them. It's like, come on, but, you know, Kovalev won, and you know, he just goes to show maybe a bit more maturity, when to work, when not to work, trying to keep the fight long. You know, he's a great fighter, Kovalev, isn't he? You got to remember when he came up and all the rest of how he came up. He did it hard, didn't he? You know, and he's coming to the end of his career, but yeah, he's a great long distance fighter, and you know, he works well behind his jab, doesn't he? And he's improved so much under Buddy Bagert. Those last 2 fights, he seems to. No, he's clicked with him, hasn't he? He really has, yeah. And it's just a shame, like a lot of fighters, you see they click with the trainers later on at the end of their career. There's something exactly that, just that last little bit. You think, oh, if you'd have got like 5, 6, 7 fights. George Groves is a typical example of that, I believe. Yeah. You know, him and McGuigan, like, they had the click, didn't they? Some people you just do, don't you? It's just, you could be with the best trainer in the world and just not have that click. Yeah. But then you just go something, and then suddenly just it all falls into place. It seems like whatever they're doing together's working, and you know, he's found a second win now, hasn't he? Is the Canelo fight be made? That's been made in November. It's made, so November the 14th. Again, you know, he's all of a sudden, whatever happens, he's found himself in like a huge payday again. Fair play to him, you know. Can he do that again? Can Canelo do that though? The size difference is just freak, mate. Well, that'd be 4 divisions, won't it? 4 divisions. What did he start with? Super welter. He started up at welter, welter, then super welter. Super welter, then middle. Then middle, super middle. Then he won the super middleweight against Fielding. Yeah, Rocky Fielding. And then he's boxing a light heavyweight. Yeah, he can. Have you ever seen a man at that size that hits like that? Oh, well, no. You don't realise how good the movement is till people slow it down, do you? Yeah. You don't even see half the stuff in the fight, do you? Do you know what I reckon it's going to be? Like, and I always get it wrong, so fucking don't. Yeah, sure. But it's going to be like when Manny Pacquiao fought De La Hoya. Yeah. Just that speed kills, I think. Yeah. That sort of, obviously not comparing Kovalov to De La Hoya, I'm just saying. Old line and new line, maybe. You know, but the size difference, and one thing Kovalov does, look at, he's proved on that last fight, he's like, uses his distance phenomenally, he's very confident, he knows how to use that big ring, and one thing about Kovalov, people never give him credit for is his footwork. I remember when he fought, who's the American fighter, he started late, turned over late as a pro, what's his name? Bernard Hopkins. I remember people saying before that fight, you know, like, Kovalov can obviously bang, but Hopkins' footwork's amazing. And he beat him, he trapped him with footwork. You know, so like, I think his footwork's something people underestimate, which will help him obviously with Canelo, maybe help with Canelo or not, I don't know. You know? Let me ask, obviously I've got a YouTube channel, but what do you think about these YouTube fighters fighting in Staples Centre? Come on. 32,000. Come on. Billy Joe Saunders, world champion, fighting on their undercard. Come on. I've got 10 fighters in this gym that are, you know, 3 fighters are professionals or amateur boxers in this gym that don't get a chance. But to be honest with you, though, what do you expect? When you look at like Mayweather when he boxed McGregor, where's there a level ever been left after that? You can do what you want, can't you? If there's money to be made, they don't care, mate. No one cares anymore. You know, there's no standards or anything. And, you know, like you say, you got a fighter like Billy Joe boxing on the undercard of a YouTube fight. Come on, when is that fight anyway?
I think that's November the 2nd, I believe.
Yeah, I don't even know anything about those two fighters, and I refuse to learn anything about those two fighters. I don't care, to be honest with you.
The only thing I'll say, fair play to him earning a bucket load of money.
Oh, well, I know they'll make it. Everyone would, wouldn't they? Make a bucket load of money, but actually as the pugilist boxing side of things is sort of getting a bit mad.
Do you know where it scares me? At what stage do we stop?
But I don't think there is a stage to stop now, because if you look at like I say, the McGregor Mayweather, like the amount of money they made, like McGregor just passed all those lot on box. Mayweather was in a boxing fight, you know, he did well, he didn't do well, whatever. At that moment, the ranking system sort of went out the window, and it became down to pound notes, really, Steve, to be honest with you. If people are going to buy it, I mean, if you look at these cards in Dubai we're seeing now, it's just crazy, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. Like, these cards they have on, it's just like all these random fighters are on there, and they're just getting zillions of pounds, like, you know. So I don't think it will stop, no.
The thing with that Mayweather fight as well, the amount of people that picked Conor McGregor to beat him, are just like...
Facebook, I'm supporting McGregor, really?
Yeah.
Really, okay.
It shocked me, it actually did shock me.
No, not me, mate.
No.
It shocked me. I was just like, really? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, McGregor's going to beat the best defensive boxer of all time, is he? Mayweather's getting old, really. Like, have you not seen the fights he's had? He's just an absolute master, isn't he? You know, and yeah, it didn't surprise me, mate. It didn't surprise me that people thought that, but there's only going to be one result in my eyes for that, mate.
Yeah.
You know?
AJ Ruiz?
Great question. I hope Anthony Joshua's changed everything. I hope he's changed his physique. I hope he's changed his strength and conditioning. I hope they've changed his style. I hope they've changed his way of boxing. Because I'm telling you, mate, every great fighter in the world has got someone that's got a number on them. Everyone. I mean, if you look at the greats, you know, people that look like, you look at George Foreman's opinion on it, you look at Lennox Lewis's opinion on it. Come on, mate, these men have been there. A lot harder battles than this and all the rest of it. And look at their advice they'd give to him. I don't know, Steve. I don't know. I mean, you know, you're gonna probably say like Joshua later on, or Ruiz banging him out, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna give you a prediction. But again, it's going to be whether Ruiz has gone for the I'm coming in the gym as into the fight as a challenger, or as I'm coming in the champion. If he's got the champion mentality, then he's going to be out partying, enjoying his life. If he's got the challenger mentality, then he's going to be better, fitter, stronger, and he's going to hit harder, isn't he? He's going to have like I don't know how long he had to prepare for Joshua, but you know, specific sparring partners, mate. Like, and is Joshua mentally there? Is he infected? You know, look what happened before that last fight. You know, you hear the rumours and all the rest of it. I'm sure you've heard, and I ain't going to say, you know. But, you know, I hope mentally he's there for this fight as well, because that's going to be a massive thing for him. You know, if you look at David Price, remember David Price when he was coming up? Like, he was a killer. Everyone's like, he's going to do this, that and the other, and he had that fight, and then he went and took that rematch again.
Tony Thompson
again.
Destroyed his career.
What's wrong with Anthony Joshua learning a new style, going to box 2 or 3 other fights and getting him in a year or 2, or whoever's got the belts? Because I hope he's British, for God's sakes. You want him to do well, don't you? But I just hope Joshua comes through this. I hope Fury has come through that. I hope Wilder comes through the Ortiz fight. That's a horrific fight. Is he still boxing him?
Yeah.
Wilder boxing
they're waiting
Ortiz.
for pay-per-view money, because they can't get on pay-per-view. So
that's unbelievable. He's taking that fight again.
No.
It goes to show like what a staunch bloke Wilder is, because Ortiz, for me anyway, he's a real danger man in the division. And like he wobbled him last time, and he's just half fighting me. You know. Anyway, for all of them, they all come through their tests, and then for the sake of it, they can all start making some serious dough. Yeah. Mind you, I suppose they will anyway, won't they? Those TV deals they've got, but. You know, you've got to see Joshua and Fury, for God's sakes. You've got to see Wilder and Joshua, come on. Because underneath them, there's some decent fighters coming through. You look at Wallin, you look at Daniel Dubois, mate.
Did he do himself justice though, that Wallin? He looked...
I know.
Written off and...
I know. But like, these fighters aren't coming there for paydays anymore, mate. They're coming there to win. Like, and people saying, oh, you know, is it that the top three aren't very good? Is it just that the other ones are better coming through? I just think it's a competitive division, mate. You know, so the top 10 of the world is at last competitive again. And they've got people around that coaching them for the styles and all the rest of it. And, you know, hopefully they'll all box each other, because I don't want to see, you know, like when we went back to the days of 15, 20 years ago when no one boxed each other, because one was with HBO, one was with ESPN, one was with, anyway, the various different TV networks. As soon as they did the signatures, I thought we won't see them. So I just hope they all box each other and soon, mate.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I said, Daniel Dubois fighting tonight. I love that guy.
Yeah, class, mate.
He's dangerous.
He don't care, mate.
No.
He's like a throwback, isn't he?
Yeah.
You don't see him gobbing off. He's just like, kill or be killed.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot to be said for that. And that Gorman as well. He got rid of him quick, mate.
Yeah.
You know, there's
And
something there.
he's no joke, Gorman.
And you know, that Daniel Dubois, he's got such a sort of good team around him as well. There's all those older heads wrapped around him as well. So I'd like to see him do well. If nothing for English and British boxing, you know.
Yeah, I really, really like Daniel Dubois.
What's that fella like he's boxing tonight?
He's a good test. It's a good test. I think he's expected to come through it, but
Yeah.
I can't really see anyone apart from the top 10 troubling Daniel Dubois.
No, he will be boxing them all.
He's just got that power.
I know they were on about Price and Dubois and these sort of fights.
In my humble opinion, he walks through David Price at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I mean. That sort of second tier of pros, professionals. You know, the top boys, he'll get through probably and find himself quickly in front of something. You know.
Yeah.
I think.
Should have Fury got stopped with that cut though?
That's a great question. And if that wasn't in America, if he didn't have everything on his back, he would have been stopped.
That was horrendous, wasn't it?
It's like someone did him with a Stanley, mate.
That's career ending as well, isn't it?
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they work. I mean, they'll get the plastic surgery and stuff. But do you remember Ricky Hatton when they used to do that to him? He'd open up like a box in his head.
Yeah.
I mean, big Tyson. How does? I mean, if you're going to box him, you're going to be going for that eye, aren't you? I don't know what miracles they'll be able to put on that, really, on that eye, because that was just massive, mate, wasn't it?
Let's talk about, as a trainer like yourself, and the criticism you get. Ben Davison's been under loads of criticism. Everyone's out having a pop at him now.
Yeah, because of what happened. Everyone loved him before, didn't they?
He was the best thing since sliced bread since the
every-
Deontay Wilder fight. If he wins that Deontay Wilder fight, he'd have a statue.
I know. People.
But his dad's come out now and said he needs to lose that team.
Yeah, I know.
Is that just passion overriding? Sort of like he's watched the fight.
So was it his dad that used to train Fury?
Yeah. And his uncle as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
so who said it? It's his dad.
Yeah.
Don't you think they've been waiting for a time to say it?
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah.
Because he's been nothing but positive since he's been come back. And also as well, you've got to remember, like someone like Tyson Fury, he probably trained himself, mate.
Yeah.
With his
he's
ability.
that good, isn't he?
With his ability. I mean, where have you seen a heavyweight that moves like that on the outside?
Yeah.
Anyone, you know, he's constantly making people think. He doesn't hit heavily.
Yeah.
He's not a great shot taker. He splits now. But he's just a master, mate, of the movement. And you probably find that Ben Davison is just a positive person for him to be around. You know, he probably does all his work and all the rest of it, but he's just probably happy, Steve, within a gym. You know? And you're always going to get criticism. Politics, dogs and boxing, everyone's an expert, you know. And like, if you're winning, like, best thing, as soon as you lose, everyone hates you. But you've got to have thick skin. You just literally got to go, oh, well, I'm doing it my way. I'm doing this my way, and that's it.
That's why I've got so much respect for Tunde as well, Yard's trainer, because the grief he got after that fight as well.
Everyone hates it.
Everyone was just putting in.
I mean, everyone though.
Yeah.
You're looking at like YouTube, mate. You're looking at things like all
Twitter.
The world just closes in on him. You look at those boxing forums on like the social media sites. I think people just go on there to be horrible.
Yeah.
Don't you?
You have to have a certain kind of skin, don't you? Thick skin to get through that. It's just.
And you've got to do it your way, mate. You've got to find a way of doing it and stick to it, because everyone has an opinion, and it's got to be like, this is what I believe in, this is what I believe in, this, and it gets questioned all the time. If you haven't got that type of mind, you get pulled apart, especially when you're up and coming with boxers. You don't even earn any money out of it. It's like a job where but you don't even get any money out, and everyone's horrible to you. Do you know what I mean? But you just got to be thick-skinned and believe in yourself, mate.
It's like Rob McCracken now. How would you have done this? Joshua's come back. You're training Joshua. He comes back. Yeah. What's happening? Rob McCracken now's been getting grief saying he knew he was concussed. Would you pull him out, or is that just...
How can everyone's concussed?
Every shot you get, you could...
Look at the size of them. Everyone's concussed. Like, well, everything on the line. I'm concussed. Like, well, you're going to be concussed. Like, these lads live with concussion.
Yeah.
The heavier weights. Imagine what Josh has been through in sparring camps to get hit. Like, there's certain things. Yeah, you'll always got to listen and keep an eye out for them with your fights. But I'm concussed. Like, get back out there, son. I'm concussed. You know, if he said like, fuck, you see blood coming out of him, or I mean, I had a lad not so long ago, and his lips and everything started going blue on him. You know, and it's like, there's a problem. Stop the fight. Get him out. And you know, his uncle knows his boxing and all that, and he's like, came back to me. He was like, 3 weeks later, thank you for doing that. I'm like, that's what I'm there for. No, I've had lads in the corner, and they're not focusing on you. You know, their eyes are all over the place. Maybe it's time to think about something, you know. Again, in there, you get to know your fighters. Are they taking too much punishment? But at world level, when someone's walking back straight looking at you, I don't think how can people say that? Like, that when McCracken's done a bad thing? Do you know what I mean?
But
and he's saying, I am concussed. He's not going,
that's right.
Signs you're looking for, the eye, blood, all the rest of it. Signs you're looking for. I am concussed. And
like with boxing, it's a dangerous sport. You don't get the water and not get hit.
Everyone gets concussed.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. You know, people. You know, I've trained people that have taken heavy shots and all the rest of it. And you know, there's been a lot of talk about before the fight with Joshua, wasn't it? His last sparring session and when he got knocked over and all the rest of it, and all the rest of it. Maybe there should have been care taken before the fight, and things maybe happened before the fight. Again, I've heard all the rumours, and I'm not. That's, you know, everyone's got their own opinions, which, you know, but it's very simple, mate. If someone suffers a heavy concussion before 28 days out from a fight, they are not boxing, they are not sparring. That is a golden rule I've lived by, mate, and I will always live by. You're taught by it. So if there was sparring and there was an accident in sparring, or he went over 2-3 weeks before, maybe it wasn't on the night, maybe something should have been done previously before walking in the ring. You know. That's what I would say about that one.
And it's been proved, isn't it? The amount of times we hear that later on through camps, and people have been stopped and they've been stopped, never looked themselves, and it's found out later, out in the wash, that they got put down heavy in sparring, they were knocked out. And
I mean, it's gonna, especially heavyweights, mate. That's gonna happen, and all the rest of it. Now, I mean, imagine how many times these big boys do get dropped and stuff in sparring, but. You know, the golden rule is 28 days layoff if you've had a heavy blow to the edge. You know, that's what you're there to do, to try and look after these lads as much as coach them. You know, and that's the worry when people haven't had the training or they haven't got the confidence or whatever, and they're going and doing corner work in all levels, mate. By the way, you know, that's when accidents could happen, Steve. You know.
Does this cause trouble at heavyweight, does it?
Oh, great question. That's a real debating point at the minute. You've got to say yes, haven't you? How far he'll go, what he'll do. He's that typical Eastern European. Like, he's mentally in front of people as well as physically. Do you know what I mean? If you're looking at like the Lomachenkos or the Klitschkos, like their behaviour and their everything is immaculate. Look at the way they carry themselves. They're constantly confident. They're constantly focused. They're constantly happy. There's something to be learned from these men. And
I'm so glad you said that. It's so good you said that. Like, that mental side just proves, doesn't it? Mental confidence is as good as anything else in boxing.
Do you know what I say? It's just starting to come in over. It's not starting to come in over here. I've always done it with my lads because I got coached like that.
Yeah.
But you know, these lads, you know, if you look at, I don't know, everyone's seen the DVDs of Lomachenko and all that, but like, they're playing board games, they're playing chess, they're doing these mental arithmetic games. You know, they're used like for the mental preparation for sport. I'm sure our top boys, the GB lads are getting all this as well, and GB girls are getting all this. But like, you know, you don't see that at grassroots, and they've been looked after that the whole way through. I mean, you look when they come in the ring, they just start going out for a walk on a Sunday. Look at when he fought Bellew, got rid of Bellew, and Bellew's emotionally getting charged through the fight. He's like that. I'll wait, and then
just picked him into his spot, didn't he? Just moved,
beat him with his feet. They're masters of that. If you look at Klitschko's, you know, Klitschko's would box in squares, wouldn't they? Yeah. And no one ever could get it, mate. You know, and obviously Stewart taught them that, you know, but they boxed in squares. They're class, mate. Men that size and that robotic are class. But again, look at the way they behave. They are confident and they are happy all the time.
And how many times have you seen a boxer? You must have seen hundreds of times. look so confident warming up, confident all the way through training. As soon as they get into that ring, you can just see something changing them. Just that little
time.
oh.
All the time. There's a personality that walks into a gym that's going to be successful, and there's a personality that's not really. And that's pretty much it. I've been doing it for long enough. I can pretty much spot that now. I think anyone who's successful and is at the top of their game is a humble man, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's it. Anyone successful at the top of their game is just like nice, isn't it though? Come on, you have a lot more pros than me.
So true.
It's so true, isn't it? Anyone at the top of the game is just nice, aren't they?
So true.
And content and happy, aren't they?
Listen, because do you know what it is? Because they're winners.
They're just winners, mate.
And they want to be the best at everything. They want the best. They be polite. They haven't got to slag anyone off. They haven't got. Do you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, they're just.
Yeah, I know, and that attitude really goes into their fights, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Lovely way to end it. You got anything you want to end on, Matt?
No, let's talk about your fight, Steve.
Oh, you want to talk about my fight?
Let's talk about your fight. How did it go?
Went really well. It was tough.
How many rounds was it?
5 rounds.
Good fight again.
Yeah.
Was it a good show?
It was a really good show.
I've heard he does a good show.
Yeah,
he does a good show.
Contenders.
Pete Mercer does a good show. It was the second time you boxed him, wasn't it?
Second time boxed him. Lost the first time.
What did you change this time?
Do you know what it was? My inside work.
Yeah, okay.
Fair play to Maximus and Woking. I was training there.
Brilliant.
Woking ABC done me a world of good.
They helped you teach the boxing the inside, yeah.
Ben and James did my corner.
Yeah.
And Charlie let me come in. I was on that speed bag every other day, just trying to keep my hands up. But I'm not a good boxer.
Yeah. Were you fitter, stronger?
So fit. I was as fit as I was last time. Yeah. But I had to lose 2 stone last time.
Yeah. Okay. You put it back on, by the way. He's put it back on. But no, well done, mate. That's class.
But I blew my eardrum.
Yeah, I know.
First 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know. And did it put you off balance and all that, yeah?
Horrendous.
Yeah. Is it still playing you up now?
Still playing it up now, yeah.
Okay.
It's a month ago now, just over a month, 5 weeks.
What is it? Just leave it?
There's nothing you can do, just leave it. And just not get it wet. So I'm on like some antibiotic spray now.
Okay, yeah.
Just 'cause it was like a real big tear in the eardrum.
Yeah.
Never experienced, but it's like a firework when I
fit. Anything the ear or the teeth's a killer, isn't it? But it just goes to show you got a bit of art there, mate.
Yeah. So first 2 rounds got beat up.
Yeah.
Third round they said if I weren't going to do something, we're going to throw in the towel.
Yeah.
I was this close to quitting. The only reason I didn't quit is because I walked out to Rocky 2.
What was your corner saying? What did Mickey say? What was he saying?
The body.
The body, mate. There you go. That's all you had to do. The body.
So I started getting to the body, and I just slowed him down and managed to sort of just.
Fair play to you, mate.
Yes.
Well done, Stevie.
Thank you, mate. Beautiful game, innit?
Just finish on that. All the best. All the Matt Gorton, LinealBoxing TV.
Cheers, mate.